If you're looking for the best drying aid and spray sealant to protect the surface of your car, whether your car is uncoated or coated, we have tried all of the top contenders in the detailing world, and what we deem, after years of trying all of these different products, that P&S's Double Black Bead Maker is the product that exceeds everything else in this category. What's great about this is it's available in 4 different sizes. So you've got a 250ml bottle, we've got the litre that we're using here. We really like this because of the sprayer and the fact that you are going to probably use a lot of this product given how well it performs. Then what you've got is a litre, a gallon size, and you can also buy this in a much larger tote as well, potentially for those detailing companies where you're going through a lot of this product. So no doubt you'll be wanting to buy a big gallon refill or even larger after you test this out, because the results you get on your vehicle are going to leave you well impressed. The way that you're going to use this product, well, we're going to show you that today. It is going to give you insane gloss, really good water behavior on your paint, and give you some added protection as well that should last a few weeks. We'll jump right into it. We need a clean car in order to use this, so we'll get right on to washing. So now you've got your car all clean and you've rinsed off all of the soap residue that remains on there. You've got an option where you could, if you didn't have a leaf blower, get your drying towels and start to apply the bead maker to the surface. If you do have a leaf blower, we'd highly recommend, and it's part of our process, that we dry off the car, get 90–95% of the surface water off with this before we then introduce the towels. The one downside, if you didn't have a leaf blower and started using towels immediately, is you are going to use a lot more product than what you would, and you're probably going to end up with more smears across the surface, resulting in the need to have more towels. We probably use about 6 of these after already drying it. I'd probably double that if you didn't have access to a leaf blower. So now we've dried the car, we've pretty much got, I'd say, 95% of the surface water on there, which means we're ready to start our bead maker application. Now, the first time you use this on your car, if you are using it on a regular basis, you do want to soak the surface down a little bit more. If you are managing to apply this after every wash, let's call it every fortnight, maybe every 3 weeks, you can apply a little bit less of this. So the way that we would apply this is we would pretty much just work on a panel at a time. We're not necessarily soaking it down, but we're applying enough that it is coating the surface there. We've got some dripping of it already here. You want to pair this with your drying towel of choice. We are using some smallish towels here from the rag company, and we're just folding these over so we know which is our first wipe towel, which is our second. The whole idea of the first wipe here is making sure that you apply the product across the full surface. So you're not trying to remove it completely with this first wipe. This is just really light pressure, just making sure that you have spread it out and it hasn't missed any part of the paint. The way this product works is it's essentially an Si2 infused product. It's advertised as a spray sealant, but it can be used as a drying aid in the fashion that we're doing here. So what it's going to do is it is going to bond to your paint. Curing time advertised is about 2 hours. What you're going to notice immediately when you introduce the second towel here, which you are removing any of the streak marks that you see, so this is the spread, this is the remove, is that the paint instantly becomes a lot slicker to the touch. So your towel just runs along it nice and smoothly. In 2 hours time, you'll come along and this will have bonded and you're going to have added slickness at that point in time. So what you get right now is not what you come back to in a couple of hours, although super, super slick right now. Now, a key when you're applying this product is you want to make sure that you remove all of the streakiness from it. So that first wipe, given that you're only spreading it around, is going to not have removed everything, so you are going to end up with some streak lines in here. So when you bring this second towel in, you're wanting to make sure you're looking through the paint just to make sure that any of that streakiness has been removed. Now, another benefit to using this product is it adds some form of lubrication to the surface of the paint, which helps because what you're doing is you're dragging a towel across the paint. So you don't want to be doing this and dry wiping. So this adds a form of protection, especially if you aren't using that leaf blower in order to get your first pass across the paint. Another benefit of Bead Maker is it is going to add gloss. So it is quite noticeable, especially if you apply it to half the car, you don't apply it to the other half and you give it that curing time. It adds it's almost a wet look. And then a side benefit of the product is that although it's adding protection, and what I mean by protection is the SiO2 is bonding to itself, it's giving you some UV protection, so from your sunshine rays. And where that can be quite handy is this product can be applied pretty much on any surface. So when you're thinking the UV properties of it, all of your plastics, so the likes of your surrounds under your wipers themselves, any of the trim that you might have down here, so running boards, that UV protection is really handy to have. And what you'll notice it does as well is that, especially noticeable on darker painted cars, so your blues, your blacks, is the level of gloss that it adds. Now, so you're going to get those initial benefits of feeling the slickness to the paint and also that gloss that it's adding. The other benefit to this as well is the water behaviour that the SiO2 in it gives you. So you're going to notice the water is going to bead off this. If you're driving in the rain, you're not going to have to go too quick at all. I find that by the time we're up to 50, 60 kilometres an hour, the water is beading, particularly on the surfaces. So the water contact angle as to where it drains off is reduced with this product. And what we find in terms of longevity is that we'd probably get a fortnight, maybe 3 weeks top of good performance out of it. Now, when I say good performance, how are we determining that? Well, for us, when that water behaviour doesn't quite react as it did in the first couple of days or the first week, that's a sign of the SiO2 starting to disappear from the paint, because you've got to remember this is not a permanent bonding, this is a product that you would apply on a regular basis. So sweet spot for us would be every single wash. Ideally, if you're washing fortnightly, you should have that protection and that water behaviour all the time. Now, a warning as well, we were working in the shade on the other side of the car. If you are using this product in direct sunlight, and this half of the car is, you want to work quite swiftly with it. You don't want it to dry on the paint. And when you are in that direct sunlight, this is the scenario where you're really going to need to watch out for that streakiness in the surface. Something that you will notice a lot more on a dark paint, you know, if you've got a black or a deep blue. So if you've got a white car, a silver like this one here, you just want to make sure you manage your areas. I wouldn't want to apply it to this whole hood at the same time. Work on the shade, work in the sun. I want to start reducing the area I work on. Now, we've been using this product for probably about 5 years now, and we keep going back to it, although we have tried others in the category. So I think some of the others we've tried is they're generally all variations of B&B slipstreams. We've tried things like Obsessed Garage Drying Aid. We've tried more permanent bonding, so stuff like C2V3 from G-Technic. What I think sets this product apart from some of those others would be the scent. Like, the smell of this product is so unique, and it's something that I tie into just the feeling of almost being finished with the wash process. So it's got an orange citrusy smell. I mean, have a smell. Now, we've found that this product is safe on pretty much any surface. The one thing that you do want to be careful with is on glass. Now, it is absolutely fine on this car here because we don't have any type of protection, so there's no sealants, no coatings on this glass, and we find it works really well in those conditions. If you do have a glass coating, now one that we found that doesn't seem to play very nicely with this would be the G-Technic glass coating. What you end up with, or what you can end up with, is streaking. and it's really, really difficult to remove. So you'll be able to see here, we do have this initial streaking that I'm talking about, and that's going to be prevalent on the paint and also on the glass. But when you have uncoated glass like this, that second towel flattens it completely and removes all of the streaking. Now, the benefit to using this on glass is that you're adding that hydrophobic behaviour, or the element of the hydrophobic behaviour, to your glass. So when you're travelling and it is raining, you're going to have that same water behaviour on the paint on the glass. So it means that you may not need to use your wipers in certain situations when the rain is heavy enough. Obviously, it's not quite up to the standard of a specific glass coating, but using the standalone, if you apply it regularly and it isn't messing with any other products you have on your window, it's a great all-around product that you can use on every single surface of your car. So wrapping up, I think that this product by P&S is something that everyone should have in their detailing cabinet or on their detailing shelf. What we found as well is it's really accessible. So here in New Zealand, we can get this in the gallon and the smaller bottle variants, and it's reasonably priced. So this is something that you're going to want to apply every single wash. So I would recommend start with a litre. You're very, very quickly going to want to pick up a gallon, and I think that for the majority that try this product, especially if you like the scent of it, it's something that you're going to want to integrate into your washing and your detailing process. Now keep in mind the protection that you get from a spray sealant like this, and most others in this category as well, is nothing compared to what you're going to get from a more permanent bonding, a ceramic coating. But this plays really well in conjunction with a product like this. So all of our personal vehicles and all of the client vehicles that come back through Omni Garage have a combination of the ceramic coating and Bead Maker applied on top for an added layer of protection. But equally, Bead Maker standalone, if you are applying this every fortnight on a regular basis, you will get some of the elements of the behaviour out of this. You're not going to get the protection, but you will get some of the hydrophobic behaviour and some of the gloss as well. We highly recommend Bead Maker. It should be in everyone's detailing arsenal. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. We have used this for 5 years and we are yet to find something better. If we do, we'll be sure to come back and let you know what may kick this out of the cabinet. But for now, that's all from Omni Garage. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next video.